Hi, this is Highbridge Caravans Devon branch, and on this rather gloomy November day we are doing some walk around videos of some of our new and used motorhomes and van conversions. And this particular one is a brand new 2021 model, if you want to call it that, Wildax Constellation XL. Now this one is so freshly delivered, it's still got Yorkshire air inside of it, fresh off the truck from Wildax, who build marvellous van conversions up in Halifax in the wilds of Yorkshire. This particular one, it's a Constellation XL, so XL means it's the 6.34 metre long van. Interestingly, it's the same wheelbase as the 6 metre van, just has a little bit more overhang on the back end, gives you a bit of extra space. And the Constellation is their front lounge, super spacious, super big kitchen, super lovely van conversion. So Wildax, they only build luxury vans. The standard spec is absolutely flabbergasting. The build quality, we think, for a British manufacturer is second to none. And they're really nice people. You might have seen Duncan, the MD of Wildax, prancing around doing videos and things on YouTube himself. They're very friendly people. You can pop into the factory by appointment, you can ring them up and speak to them yourselves. You get really nice small company service, but with the sort of backup and skills of a large manufacturer. Wildax are now either the second or the third biggest conversion of large van conversions from new. They are part of the French giant Rapido group, but that hasn't affected anything. They still very much day-to-day run by the same people. It's just given them more buying power, which is no bad thing in this multinational world. So the Constellation XL, let's look at this particular one. It's looking very lovely in lake blue metallic. It's based on the Citroen Relay. You can have these with an automatic gearbox if you want. If you do, they will build them on a Fiat, which is ostensibly exactly the same van as a Citroen Relay, apart from the engine and Fiat offer an auto box, Citroen don't. But this one is the 6-speed manual, which is a very slick and easy to use manual gearbox from Citroen, and that keeps the price usefully lower than the automatic. So she's looking absolutely resplendent in lake blue metallic. Almost looks silver on a dull day like today, but it is actually nice sort of light silvery blue metallic. Looking really good on the 16-inch Citroen alloy wheels, which are standard. Looking at the front of the van, we've got this nice honeycomb grille that you get with the Citroens, which I kind of like. You've got LED daytime running lights there as well, which are very, very smart. Standard mechanical spec from Wildax is massive. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of pounds more on a Wildax over the base price to turn it into anything. These are brilliant as standard. So you've got air conditioning, cruise control, twin airbags as standard. You've got Citroen Professional in-dash sat nav using TomTom mapping, which is pan-European, with Bluetooth for your phone as standard. These have got the stop-start eco pack as standard as well. You've also got a reversing camera built into that head unit and reversing sensors as well, all as part of the price. Speaking of which, this one is so new, we haven't done a window sheet yet, so Pete, my elderly salesman, hasn't had a chance to get it wrong yet. So this one is 56,795 on the road. So that is the standard starting price of 54,995, plus it's got the optional two-lay 4-metre wind-out canopy in graphite black, which looks fantastic. It's got a 120-watt factory-fitted solar panel on the roof as well. That's an option, and delivery to dealer. So that takes it to 56,795 on the road, brand new, which is a lot of money. They are a lot of money, but for what you get and the design and the build quality, they're actually top value. So let's have a little walk around first, shall we? So we'll come around the front there. You can just see the awning light around the far side there. Looking really, really smart. As I say, everything's colour coded that should be colour coded, which is very, very nice. Let's have a look inside the driver's door first of all. So opening up the driver's door, we can see the Remis concertina cab blinds, which not all van conversions have as standard. Some it's an option, some you don't get them at all, but they're standard with Wildax. You've also got leather gear stick and steering wheel. You've got the multi-function buttons for controlling your in-dash sat-nav system there. Aircon, cruise, full windscreen, blind, as I say, reversing camera and reversing sensors, and the eco stop-start to keep your fuel economy good. Also up here you'll see a little gauge which says gas it on it. So Wildax has come with a 30 kilo underslung, 30 litre, 30 kilo underslung LPG gas tank. Now that is filled from here, and what that does is instead of carrying gas bottles with you, that will power all of your gas appliances. So underneath the van there's a large underslung, say 30 litre, 30 kilo gas tank. You fill it up from an LPG pump at a petrol station, which of course there are actually thousands of them all across Europe and the UK. You can get handy apps to tell you where they all are. There's a lot of them out there. And with 30 kilos, most gas lockers on British vans will be big enough to put 2 6 kilo Calagas bottles in. Those 6 kilo Calagas bottles take up a lot of space in your van. They're expensive, they're 25, 27 quid each to refill. And give you 12 kilos of gas. This gives you 30, so you'll barely ever have to refill. I think we probably use less than 30 kilos a year in our van, and we use our van a lot compared to most people. And you can fill it up anywhere in Europe, and you're talking 30 litres of LPG at 60 pence a litre, so that's about 16, 17 quid instead of 50 to 55 for Calagas. It's a brilliant system, and I think everything should have it. Looking at the back of the van, we've got very, very smart flush fit, very flush fit, lightly tinted double glazed windows, which are really, really cool. Minimal graphics. We call this a 2021 because it's just turned up and it's got the new Wildax graphics, which is more or less the same as the last. They've just changed the typeface a little bit and the logo to make it look a bit more modern. Wildax, gruff, practical Yorkshire folk. They don't do model years, they change things when they need changing, so the graphics have been changed a little bit. Apart from that, it's exactly the same as years gone by. Underneath you've got a blue and a grey tap there. Blue tap drains your freshwater tank, which is filled up through that flap there. Grey tank drains your wastewater tank, which collects everything from your plug holes and sinks and things like that. These are heated and insulated as standard, so they have a winter pack, as other manufacturers would call when they charge you £500 for it. These are standard. Heated, insulated. Wildaxes are designed for long-term, off-grid, off-hookup camping year-round. Built in Yorkshire for Yorkshire use, but also you can take them skiing, which customers do, in fairness to it. They're very, very warm vans. To that end, you've got a Truma gas and electric blown air heating system that runs off the electric if you're hooked up to the mains, runs off the gas if you're not hooked up to the mains. So we've got a big lounge window there. Coming further back, you've got the biggest kitchen in any motorhome in the entire planet. I think it's huge. We'll see on the inside, and that's your kitchen window there. You've got mains hookups. You've got mains hookup. You've got low draw LED lights all the way around. You've got a 120 watt solar panel on this one, in with that 56,795 price. We run these on the forecourt. Not hooked up to the mains. We'll turn the lights on most days, we'll turn the heating on. My salesman may or may not have been caught watching telly in one with a TV back a few years ago, and we find we never need to hook them up. They are almost independent of mains hookup, which is really, really smart with the factory solar panel. Reversing sensors on the back, reversing camera high up, built in by Citroen as part of the high level reversing light. Inside the back doors, we'll see handy shelving space where you can put your toilet chems and bits and bobs, and your toilet dump point there. So you've got a Dometic toilet with wheels and a handle, exactly the same as a Thetford, apart from it has a ceramic toilet bowl, which is easier to keep clean. Awning winder handle for your optional awning that this one has, and another handy bit of storage up there. So yeah, useful little bits of storage in fairness. Opening rear window, double glazed again, concertina blinds and fly screens, and then you can just see, which we'll see from the inside here as well, that's your rear kitchen. That's fantastic. I don't think I can think of a van, coach built, A-class or any description, that's got a bigger kitchen than this. For those who like to cook in their vans, it's remarkably good, in fairness to it. So good I nearly swore, that's how good the kitchen is in a Constellation XL. You can get this as a 6 metre van, which just has a smaller wardrobe and a slightly smaller kitchen. So for those who don't want to go to 6.34 metres, you can have it as 6 metres, which is also absolutely splendid, in fairness to it. The difference is that bit there, basically the bit beyond the rear marker light there, that's how much extra space you get with the XL. Just sticking up the roof there, the little point, you can see that's your digital TV aerial, which is standard, and you've got a massive fridge freezer with vents there. Big step, electrically powered, it'll put itself away so you can't do a Ben-Hur with it and drive off with it out. Fly screen door, these really need 2 hands to open and close them, so I'm not going to do that and break it like I normally do. And you come straight into your very large front lounge with very practical coloured carpets. one forward facing seat with a seat belt. This is a Constellation 3XL. If you need 2 rear seat belts, we can order you one with 2 of these basically, so you end up with 2 forward facing seats for those who need 4 seat belts. So it is a 4 two-berth van with 3 seat belts as standard, but if you need 4 seat belts, we can order one for you as a Constellation 4XL. Coming into the cab, this one's got the optional grey wood and grey upholstery. You can have a slightly more yellower coloured wood and yellower coloured upholstery, which is virtually identical if you prefer. You can have leather if you really want it as well. Twin swivel cab seats, very easy. Over cab storage, very practical. You can have a panoramic skylight there to order for next year as well if you prefer, I believe. And then we've got 3 table leg positions in the floor. So you've got 2 tables, which are cunningly located somewhere. Not there. Not there. They must be cunningly located in the wardrobe. But you've got 2 tables. And you can place them there, and they butt up against each other for 4 people to dine, or you can have one up here as a coffee table, or just use one if there's just 2 of you dining. Lots and lots of flexibility and practicality. You've got storage drawer there, you've got storage under here to a lesser degree as well, and that's your lounge. Really nice place. Sleeping wise, you can make this into single beds, so that's a single bed. Just slide that one out. That comes up to here. That's got a nice little footrest for when you're sitting in the passenger seat. And then drop in an infill and you've got 2 single beds, or pull this together and you've got a super king size, extra big king size double bed. Very easy. All the runners are very smooth, very user friendly, and it's just a nice place. And look at the lighting's lovely. You've got a big hecky roof light. You've got these little spotlights here which can be left on as some ambient light. You can do if your finger's not too cold. There we go. So you can just have it on as an ambient light or as a spotlight. And now coming into the kitchen, so you've got these high-level timber doors here above the lounge running all the way down into the kitchen. They're very quiet. Huge kitchen. And look at all these drawers, absolutely massive. And you don't just have to use these for kitchen stuff. You can use it as normal storage for all of your camping paraphernalia. We've got the massive fridge freezer compartment at the top there. This is auto energy selecting, so it will run off gas, mains or 12 volt, and it will sort itself out. Drinks fridge, that's still more fridge down the bottom there for your booze or your health drinks. Plenty of plug sockets all the way through here. We've got a proper oven with a grill built into it. We've got a Daewoo microwave from Korea up there, which are very reliable. And then opposite the huge kitchen, we've got a huge wardrobe. Absolutely massive, in fairness to it. Look at this. Quite difficult to film, but there's where your tables live. There they are. So in there we've got a hanging rail, massive wardrobe space, a shelf, and then even more storage underneath. I would use down there for my chairs and things like that, I think. So plenty of space with both your tables and both your table legs within. All in this nice modern, it's sort of off-white kind of colour. It's very cool. And into the bathroom. Wet room, bathroom, fixed sink, new for last year on customer request. Hanging rail, heat vents, 12 volt lights, and ceramic toilet bowl. So this is the Wildax Constellation XL on the Citroen at 56795 at Highbridge Motorhomes, Devon. Any questions, ring us up at the Devon branch of Highbridge or contact us through the website highbridgecaravans.co.uk. Thank you very much. Goodbye.